It's a blessing that everyone can feel at ease with what they are eating and that the family can spend quality time together around the table. The focus is thankfulness and having a heart of gratitude, and it is such a blessing to be able to spend this time together as a family. Do you or a loved one face prediabetes and you're wondering how to tackle the Thanksgiving dinner so everyone can enjoy it? Are you thinking that you may need to skip the Thanksgiving meal because of all the carbs? In this episode, I'm going to go over 4 strategies to tackle the Thanksgiving meal so that everyone can partake and enjoy the season of Thanksgiving together as a family. Is it hard to make healthy food choices and find time to exercise because you're too busy? Welcome to Self-Care for Busy Moms. I'm your host, Susan. That was me, overwhelmed with my kids' schedules, running things smoothly and ignoring the stress that was affecting my body. But then I found ways to bring myself back to health with food, exercise, and Christ. I can't wait to share them with you too. Get your step counter and remember the sunscreen. It's time to get started on your self-care. Did you know that I have a free community of women just like you? Find ways to take care of yourself through a healthy lifestyle with food, fitness, and most importantly, with Jesus. Come join us. The link will be in the show notes. Hello, friend. I have so many fond memories of Thanksgiving growing up. My mom was mindful to always include elements from the traditional Thanksgiving meal like turkey and stuffing with our Korean heritage of stir-fried glass noodles with veggies and other Korean side dishes. In my own family now, we pretty much follow a lot of the Thanksgiving dishes, but we have also switched out a few things to our liking. Now, the traditional Thanksgiving dinner brings out so many fond memories of yummy side dishes and roasted turkey and quality time with family. Unfortunately, the traditional Thanksgiving dinner is also heavy with carbs and sweets. So if you or someone you love is trying to stick to a pre-diabetic diet, this could be a super challenging time of year. I mean, the thought of going to a big family gathering with nothing available other than salad for a pre-diabetic to eat can feel isolating. Thankfully, the Thanksgiving meal can look different to many families. I mean, I know families that choose not to do turkey, and they'll do steak or a dish that's traditional to their cultural background. I shared how my parents had a hybrid of 2 cultures at our Thanksgiving table. Knowing that there is freedom to be flexible and to make adjustments with the Thanksgiving meal will help with reframing some of the traditional dishes with the pre-diabetic in mind. After all, when you gather around your Thanksgiving meal, it's a blessing that everyone can feel at ease with what they are eating and that the family can spend quality time together around the table. The focus is thankfulness and having a heart of gratitude, and it is such a blessing to be able to spend this time together as a family. Instead of changing the whole meal, I suggest that the first thing to do when you are planning the Thanksgiving meal is to determine which dish is the non-negotiable, iconic dish for your family. The one dish that won't change, because everyone really loves it and they don't want any changes done to it. There's a lot of memories tied to that one dish and the flavors that it produces and the memories that come with that. So for my family, it would be the savory cornbread pudding. This is our family staple side dish at the Thanksgiving table, and it wouldn't change regardless of my preferences to be gluten-free. In fact, I may decide to splurge here and enjoy it with the family. So determine which dish or side dish is an essential at your table and make no changes to that particular recipe. Once you've figured this out, you'll be able to start to flesh out the whole meal with step 1, which is to plan a balanced menu. Here you want to prioritize low-glycemic foods to prevent blood sugar spikes. For example, broccoli, green beans, Brussels sprouts, lean proteins like turkey and fish, and whole grains like quinoa, wild rice, instead of refined carbs Incorporate fiber, for example, legumes or vegetables. This will slow sugar absorption. So here, for example, in our menu, I would probably supplement by adding roasted Brussels sprouts with garlic cloves and seasonings, or roasted broccoli with other veggies. So what would your family enjoy? Is there a vegetable your family loves, whether it's roasted or sauteed? Maybe a dish of wild rice could replace dinner rolls. Another thing you want to think about is to focus on non-starchy sides. Non-starchy vegetables would be roasted Brussels sprouts, asparagus, zucchini, or a mixed green salad with olive oil and a vinegar dressing. You want to avoid high carb sides such as corn, peas, candied yams, or you could have them in small portions while focusing on low carb alternatives. So if your one dish that you do not want to change for your family because everybody loves it is the candied yam, you could still have that, but add in other elements that would be low glycemic and non-starchy, and maybe have the candied yam in smaller portions. The second step is to look at your traditional dishes and decide to make modifications. Remember to keep that one dish that we discussed at the very beginning that everyone agrees will be unchanged. But see if maybe the turkey can be done differently, maybe without sugary glazes. You could try seasoning it with herbs like rosemary, thyme, and sage, and olive oil for flavor. Wherever we live, I love to plant a rosemary bush because I love the smell as we brush up past it. But also, I get such a pleasure to go out and to clip whatever rosemary I need for my Thanksgiving meal. For the turkey, it's a good idea to remove the turkey skin to reduce fat. In fact, I plan to try making our turkey breast in the slow cooker this year for Thanksgiving. And when it comes to stuffing, instead of white bread, try swapping it out with one that is of whole grain. We like a savory cornbread pudding instead of the stuffing, so that's our modification or substitution for us. For mashed potatoes, how about replacing it with mashed cauliflower or a mix of cauliflower and sweet potatoes? You could use Greek yogurt instead of butter or cream. For the gravy, what about a low-carb one that can be made using broth that was thickened with a small amount of almond flour instead of flour? Of course, this wouldn't work if there are any nut allergies in the family. Regarding the green bean casserole, now how about if you roasted green beans and sprinkled it with Parmesan instead? And about the cranberry sauce, you could try making that with stevia and orange zest for flavor. And when it comes to dessert, try thinking simple, sugar-free, low-carb ice cream with cut fruit. So now, if you've planned out a menu focusing on low glycemic and non-starchy foods, then you have to decide on modifications on some traditional dishes. Then the next step is step 3, which is to think about having smart beverage choices available. Now, some examples of this could be just simple water or unsweetened iced tea. You could have sparkling water with a splash of lemon or lime. You basically want to avoid juice and sodas. And as a family, we just don't drink alcohol. My kids really enjoy fruit-infused water. So that could be another alternative for a beverage choice. Now, at this point, all the planning has been done, and all that remains is the execution of it all. So this is the 4th step with cooking and with preparation tips. So here you want to use healthy fats, olive oil or avocado oil, and you want to, of course, limit adding sugar. Batch prepare things when possible. This helps to control ingredients and last-minute reliance on processed foods, and pre-make what you can. For example, the cranberry sauce and some of the side dishes. For us, the savory cornbread pudding, I usually make that the day before. Then prep all the other ingredients for the other dishes And just make sure that you start the turkey early enough so that it's fully cooked by the time you want to sit down and eat on Thanksgiving Day. I say this because one year I didn't plan so well and everyone had to wait for the turkey, and basically we started on the sides first, which wasn't too bad because really I think the sides are the best thing about the Thanksgiving dinner, in my opinion. So how can you take one thing from this episode and implement it in your Thanksgiving meal as you plan for it in the next week and a half? The 4 steps for this process is to first plan out a balanced menu. Try to incorporate low glycemic and low carb veggies and figure out the essential dish that you don't want to have modified. The second step is to modify the other traditional dishes, minus the one, of course, that you all decided you didn't want changed. And the third step is to plan for smart beverage choices. And the fourth and last step is to execute it with cooking, with healthy fats, and preparing it and prepping as much beforehand. Have a wonderful time preparing for Thanksgiving, and God bless you, sister. Please take 30 seconds to give a 5-star review if you enjoyed this episode, as this really helps to spread the message to another busy mom that needs words of encouragement. Become an insider for self-care for busy moms. You'll get weekly suggestions and strategies to take better care of yourself, encouragement to thrive wherever God has you, and exclusive information about special events and offers. The link will be in the show notes. Hey Mama! Thank you for listening to the end. If you enjoyed today's episode, would you bless another mom who's looking for simple routines to feel healthy again? Also, please leave a quick review for the show on Apple Podcast. I'm always so encouraged to know that this podcast is helping you. Together, we can encourage one another for long-term strength and health because it matters to our families and for future generations to come. Just a reminder that I am not a substitute for medical advice. God bless you.